Hi, this is Hutch, and today I'm going to walk you through a strategy I call the Luna-Anchor-Nexus Twist. And this is for people maybe like me who were late to the party of Luna and the whole Terra ecosystem. We want more exposure, and we are willing to use responsible and in most cases, self-sustaining leverage to increase that exposure to Luna while simultaneously gaining exposure to some of the core apps and their native tokens that are functioning on the Terra ecosystem. I do have to say this is NFA. I am a recovering financial planner. I have dropped my licenses. This is not financial advice, and you need a DYOR, do your own research. But if you are bullish on the Terra ecosystem like I am, not only because of the tokenomics, but because of the UI and how user-friendly it is, then this strategy may be for you. All right, what you see here are the key players in the Terra Anchor-Nexus Twist. The Terra Station, of course, is your hub. It's your web wallet. It's also your exchange. It's where you're going to be swapping amongst the different tokens. The Anchor protocol is your money multiplier. It's how you get $1 wearing multiple hats for you inside the Terra ecosystem. It is your liquidity provider. And last but not least, the Nexus protocol is your workhorse. It's known as a yield optimizer. It is also your safety cushion in this scenario. Again, I do want to disclose that I do own all of these tokens, but none of this is financial advice, just financial education. And also down below in the description, you will find some references as well as a free download for step-by-step instructions for what you're seeing here. I will say the lunatic community has been extremely generous, and there was a lot of free-flowing information on Twitter. I put some of my favorite Twitter handles down below, and you can, of course, follow me as I continue to evolve in this space. Let's get into it. All right, let's give you a quick rundown of what we're going to do. We're going to start at the Terra Station. We've bought the 100 Luna at $50, $5,000 spend. We're assuming we've already transferred it to the Terra Station wallet. We're going to swap the 100 Luna using the swap tab on the Terra Station wallet for something called bLUNA. bLUNA is bonded Luna, and we can use that to borrow against. How? We're going to connect our Terra Station wallet to the Anchor protocol app, and then we can click and provide the 100 bLUNA on Anchor's borrow tab. By doing so, we can borrow up to 60% loan to value. Not recommended because you may get liquidated and we don't want to lose our Luna. In fact, we want more Luna. That's why we're doing this. So we don't want to do that. They recommend 45%. We're not even going to do that. We're going to do a 32% loan to value, which is quite conservative. In fact, it'll show us what our liquidation price is. And we're going to borrow $1,600. Of that, as soon as we borrow from Anchor Protocol, it's going to show up as UST, the stable coin, the native stable coin of the Terra Station. 1,600 of UST is going to show up in our Terra Station wallet. We're going to earmark 400 of that, 25% of it, in fact, to use to service the loan. And I do have to say the loan fee or the loan rate is 25%. And I know some of you are saying, oh my gosh, that's a lot. But by borrowing at 25%, Anchor's also going to pay us nearly 25%. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes a little less. It's similar to a life insurance loan. You borrow against a life insurance policy and they're still paying you dividends and interest. Same with Anchor Protocol. They're just paying you an Anchor token. More on that in a moment. So the $400 to service the loan, we're going to cut that in half. 200 of it we're going to swap for something called PSI token. It's Nexus Protocol's token. And the other 200 we're going to keep as UST. Why? When we provide a pair of tokens to something called the liquidity pool on the farm tab or yield farm tab of Nexus Protocol, we can earn a cut of the fees by becoming a market maker. So if you were on Wall Street, if you worked on Wall Street, you probably make a lot of money, whether it's in the 19 teens or now. That's a centralized exchange. The Nexus protocol is a decentralized exchange, and so they need citizens, lunatics like you and I, to provide our liquidity. And by doing so, they're going to give us a cut of the fees. And also, since they're a younger protocol, they're also going to incentivize us to provide liquidity by offering us very high APRs. 100 to 300% currently. I've seen it fluctuate depending on how much trading volume there is, and they're going to pay us in PSI token. Now, again, if we earn 100% on $400, we will have earned $400, and 25% loan cost on $1,600 is $400. So we're being conservative by taking the lower number. If we just earn the 100%, then that will keep our loan flat, so we can continue to earn, hopefully, compounding on an increasing balance, while not paying compound interest, but flattening the interest by paying the loan ongoing. And obviously, anything over and above that, if we earn over 100%, we can pay the loan down. And so we can pay simple interest on a flat or decreasing balance, and hopefully earn compound interest on an increasing balance. That's what we do with life insurance all the time. We're doing it here with crypto. So what did we do with the other 1,200? We borrowed 16, we carved off 400 to service that $1,600 loan. We got 1,200 left. Well, the UST is actually going to be sitting right there in our Terra Station. We're going to swap it to buy 24 more Luna coins, Luna tokens, and then they don't let you buy bLUNA straight out, but then we're going to swap that 24 Luna for bLUNA. Now, why would we do that? Couple of reasons. One is, if the price of Luna goes down and our loan to value gets a little scary, where we run the risk of getting liquidated some of our original 100 Luna, we can provide more collateral in the form of bLUNA to lower our loan to value ratio so we don't get liquidated. But we may not need to do that yet, because it's not really earning us anything. It's just giving us the opportunity to borrow. So Nexus protocol also has a vault where you can deposit bLUNA and you can earn between 7 to 8% annually, and they pay you in PSI rewards. Now, ideally, we want more Luna, but we can use those PSI rewards. They're going to show up right in our Terra Station once we claim them, to swap them for Luna, for bLUNA. We can also do a bigger pair. We can take some of the PSI and get more UST and put a bigger pair in the yield farm to pay down the loan quicker. We have lots of options. So the net result of all of this is we're going to accumulate more anchor token from borrowing. It's almost like dollar cost averaging into one of the staple protocols of the Terra ecosystem. And we're going to claim those, and we can stake those, and those will earn interest currently between 5 and 6%. Plus, when you stake anchor token, you're also getting free airdrops of PSI token on Nexus. And so we're going to accumulate PSI via these airdrops from staking that extra 24 Luna, and also from the rewards from the liquidity pools from being a decentralized market maker. All the while, we have this extra 24 bLUNA on deck to reduce our loan to value on Anchor Protocol if the price of Luna goes down. Now, the other nice thing about staking the bLUNA on Nexus is, normally when you stake Luna on the Terra Station, you delegate it to a validator to validate the network. First of all, you earn about 4.5% rewards, which is nice, not as good as 7 to 8. But also, if you go to get it away from the validator, there's a 21-day lockup period or bonding period. Not so when you put it on Nexus. So it's a little more nimble. You're in a little bit higher reward, and you can pull it out quickly and put it on Anchor if you need it. So I know that was a lot, but the whole idea is, what do we do here? We took 100 Luna or a $5,000 spend, and by moving it around, we created a liquid loan, and we use that to buy more Luna. We got 24% more Luna exposure, and we did so. We have a loan, but we already have that covered by parking that in liquidity pool to hopefully service the loan itself. And even though it's servicing the loan at a very high rate of 25%, we're simultaneously earning Anchor token and Nexus token through a number of ways. So it's a multiplicity of money effect. It's a way to get $1 wearing multiple hats. Again, we do this all the time with life insurance, and now we figured out a way to do it with one of the projects that I'm most bullish on in the whole cryptoverse. Terra Station, Luna, UST. It is a beautiful marriage, and this is just a prime example of how that works. So let's jump in and do it together, and I can show you how to connect all the moving parts. So if you remember, step one is to buy 100 Luna for around $50 and transfer it to the Terra Station wallet. Well, I don't have 100 Luna to spare, but what I did is I bought 10 Luna on an exchange and I created a brand new Terra Station wallet. This is the desktop interface. I suggest using that, although downloading the Chrome extension, this is the Chrome extension, is also quite handy, especially when connecting to apps. So if I go back to that, step two is we're going to swap 100, or in this case 10 Luna for bLUNA using the swap tab on the Terra Station. And the same two steps are right here on our flow chart. So let's go ahead and do that together. We have 10 Luna. We click swap. Down here, the coin we're going to swap is Luna. We're going to swap 10 of them, and we're going to swap it for bLUNA. And you can see here, there's this little gear. I like to go low slippage. It says my transaction may fail, but I found it often doesn't. So I'm going to click next, and then it's going to simulate the fees. You could pay the fees in Luna. I like to pay it in UST, but right now I don't have any UST, so we are going to pay 0.007 of a Luna, which should be about 35 cents right now. We're going to confirm with my password, and it's broadcasting the transaction. And as soon as it's done, we should have just over 10. I notice you get a slightly higher exchange rate on the Terra Station than bonding the Luna on the Anchor protocol itself. So success, we've bonded that. So if we go back to wallet and we see we have 10.1699 and we still have our 0.21. Remember, we had 10.22. They took a little bit because of the fees, but we picked up a little extra bLUNA. So what's the next step? Well, there's a green arrow going here, and the next step is 3. We're going to connect the Terra Station wallet to the Anchor app, and we're going to provide not 100 but 10 bLUNA on Anchor's borrow tab. So let's go back to Anchor. So we went to anchorprotocol.com. This is pretty much the hub of most people's Luna and Terra activity. It's a way to get liquidity. It's a way to take Luna, which is an asset you want to remain illiquid. You want to keep it as Luna, but park it on Anchor and borrow against it. So once I'm at the Anchor protocol, I can go to the Connect wallet, and I can do so via the Terra Station extension or the Terra Station mobile. I'm going to connect via the Terra Station mobile right now. And if I click the Terra Station wallet, as you can see here on my phone, and click the QR code, it's going to ask me to scan it. I scanned it, and it's going to ask me if I want to allow it. I am going to allow it. And now my wallet is connected. Now, one of the problems is there's 0 UST. I forgot to swap out for some UST. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap again a tiny bit of Luna for UST. So we'll go 0.04 Luna, and then we're going to switch it for UST, swap it for UST. So we have success. We can see that we have $1.97 since it's connected to our Terra Station wallet. Down at the bottom of the borrow tab, you'll see the bLUNA, and notice the price is actually under 50. I bought the Luna for a little bit over 50. By the time I got it over here, now it's a little bit under 50. But that's okay, because remember, we're going to post the collateral and then we're going to borrow it and we're going to buy some more Luna. So we'll at least buy that Luna at a discount. When I go to provide, we're going to click all of, see, this is my wallet. It knows I have that much bLUNA. We're going to provide it all. It shows us our new borrow limit. We're not going to do that. This is why we needed the UST for this little 25% or 25-cent fee. And that is static, whether you're doing a gazillion or 10 bLUNA. So let's go ahead and provide that. It's probably on my phone. It's asking me to confirm. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm this. I'm going to sign it with my fingerprint. Success. Now we see our collateral value at $504. Again, if we were doing 100 Luna, we'd have a little $5,040. We're going to click borrow here. And when we do choose a borrow amount, there's a little slider. And this, again, this is the 45% loan to value. It strongly suggests you don't do more than that. It only lets you go up to 50, and it's going to liquidate you when you hit 60. We're going to do substantially less than that. We're going to actually do about 32%, a little over. If we were doing 100 Luna, we would do just under 32%. But since there are fees, little 25% fees that stay 25 cents, whether we're doing 100 Luna or 10, we're going to borrow 162. So 32.16% loan to value. It's going to cost us 76 tax fee. We're going to receive 161 and 24 cents. So let's go ahead and continue that. If you remember, we had some UST still sitting around, but we're just going to borrow a little bit more. So, all right, complete. We have success. So now we have borrow value. It shows our loan right there. There's our borrow APR, our distribution APR, annual percentage yield determined by anchor token rewards given to borrowers where the principal amount is taken to be the loan amount. All right. So we provided that much collateral. We've borrowed that much. Let's go back to the Terra Station and refresh. Yep, there it is, $162.96. What we're going to do is we're going to swap $200, or no, I guess in this case it'd be $20 of UST, and we're going to go a little bit more. So we'll do $20.50 just to be safe. Actually, let's do $20.25, and we're going to swap it for that PSI token. So you see we're going to get 68 PSI tokens. At this point, I like to switch my fee to UST, so it's going to be about 6 cents. And it's broadcast. All of these are smart contracts, so that's why it says queued, and it sometimes takes several seconds. It's a lot quicker than Ethereum though, but it's broadcasting it to the entire network, and that's why we're paying the fee to the validators. So now if we look, you can see I had to add, you can add tokens, and I added PSI, and we have 68.14 PSI tokens. So now let's go over to Nexus protocol. Once we're at the web app, we're going to connect our web wallet. We're going to connect to mobile. I click this little scan button, and when I click the scan button, that is in the way. It's connecting my wallet. Nexus protocol is requesting to connect my wallet. I do want to allow. It is connected. Return to the browser and continue. So you can see up here my wallet's connected. I'm going to click the farm. Here we go. So you can see there's different liquidity pools. We can deposit an ETH, which is it's a bonded ETH. N for Nexus, a bonded Luna with PSI. We're just going to do the PSI UST. We're going to click farm. You can see right now, remember I said 100 to 365. Right now it's paying 165. I like to start with the UST amount. So again, we were going to do $20. So $20, it fills in how much PSI. I click confirm. It's asking me to confirm over here. I'm going to sign, use my fingerprint. Success. And so what you can see here is it calls it staked, but there's 37.37 million UST in there. A little less than $20 of it is mine. Later, if we check back, we'll see that I probably have some rewards, but there's my pair, $20 in UST and the PSI token. So what was next? If we remember, after we did this, we still got $1,200 to buy some Luna. So we are here. I have 120 UST queued up, 0.1 slippage, getting us just over 2.4 Luna. We're going to pay our fee in UST. It's 3 cents. Okay, now we have 2.57. We have a little extra Luna, but let's swap it for bLUNA. We don't have any bLUNA, as you can see down here, and that's what we need to swap on the Nexus protocol. If we wanted to stake on Luna, we could, and if we look at the dashboard, we can see it's paying 4.59% per year. But on Nexus, if we go to Vault, we can stake bLUNA for 7.9% APR, and it's not locked up for 21 days. But in order to do that, we have to swap it for the Luna for bLUNA. Success. Let's go back to our wallet. We can see our bLUNA's down there. We got these little Luna crumbs. UST. We don't have a lot left. We have enough for fees. So this is working out nicely. Let's go back to Nexus. We're going to deposit bLUNA. There it is, 2.4. Let's deposit the max. We're going to confirm and pay a 17-cent fee. It's asking me to confirm here. I will sign with my fingerprint. Success! You can see down here in my vaults, I have 2.44 bLUNA, and pretty soon I will have some rewards that I can claim right here. All right, so that was a lot of moving parts. All this stuff happened. Let's see how it shaked out with the wallet and the protocols itself. So if I go back to my Terra Station wallet, you can see I just have crumbs of a Luna left. So everything else, it's not showing up here, but let's go find it. It's on the protocols. So if I jump over to, let's start with Anchor. If I start with Anchor and go to my page, it shows where everything is. There's that $1.60 of UST. It's a tiny little bit. Most of what I have on Anchor, it says borrowing. So it's actually not on Anchor, right? We use that to buy more bLUNA. But it shows up as borrowing because if I go down here to rewards, my UST borrow rewards, this is how much I'm getting paid on that amount. And you can see here I've earned 0.00052 of an ANK. An ANK is paying, it's worth about $3.50. It is one of the staple protocols for the Luna, for the Terraverse. So if you're bullish on Luna, you should be bullish on ANK, DYOR, NFA. I can claim this at any time, and when I claim it, it'll show up in this column as stakeable. I'm not going to do it yet because they charge me a little bit of fee, but once I get a big enough number here, I will claim it and I will stake it here. And then all my ANK will also earn an additional 6.5%. So remember on the borrow tab, I was slightly negative. I still am. Sometimes I'm slightly positive. I am okay with this because I can offset it by all the different benefits that come to me from this strategy. What about everything I have on Nexus? Most everything is over there. If I go to the farm tab, like I am here, you can see my PSI, UST, yield farm, my liquidity pool. That's how much value that is mine to withdraw if I want to. I don't want to because I'm earning 165% currently. I've already earned 0.01 of a PSI. It's not quite that much. You can see here, claimable 0.008. I guess they're rounding up. Again, I can claim this. I'm not ready to do it because I have to pay 3 cents. So I'm going to let that rack up a little bit before I claim it, but that is happening live. Plus, I have the additional Luna that I bought with the money I borrowed in the vault. If I look at the vault, it is paying me 7.86%, so not quite as much. But it is just sitting here safely in the vault. I haven't earned any PSI yet, but there's 2.44 of bLUNA. Again, that if I need to withdraw, I can withdraw all of it and I can put it on the Anchor protocol to lower my loan to value. If the price of Luna falls, then my green bar will get close to this scary zone here. If it appreciates, it'll go down, in which case I may borrow more and I may do this strategy to a bigger degree. The most important thing is below on the borrow tab, and that is our original Luna stake. Yes, it's now bLUNA. There's only 10 because we're just doing a scale model. And yes, it's what unlocked the liquidity to give us exposure to all these other tokens and income generators and extra Luna. But protecting our original Luna stake is the most important thing. It is the heart of the Terra ecosystem. As UST is minted, Luna must be burnt, which should over time give us steady appreciation of the Luna token. And although we want to buy more, and we may, as Luna appreciates, continue to borrow against this, we don't want to kill that golden goose. But hopefully you all found my Luna Luna-Anchor-Nexus Twist strategy helpful. It took me a lot to figure this out from everything on Twitter. I'm citing my favorite references below in the description. There's also going to be a document that you can download step by step what we just did so you can review and rewatch, and the flow chart is there as well. If you like what you saw, follow me on Twitter. You can definitely grow with me as I learn more about this. And I'm going to continue checking in on this little microcosm to see how it's done. So again, hopefully you found it helpful, and good luck out there in the Terraverse. Until next time.